Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's Perpetual Protocol workshop. In today's workshop, we'll teach you how you could survive and thrive in the Perpfect Game. In today's presentation, there will be two parts. The first part is we will teach you what is the Perpfect Game and what is the rule about it and why do we design the rules this way. And the second part, we will teach you step by step how you can participate in the Perpfect Game. So first thing first, what is the Perpfect Game? The Perpfect Game is the nickname we have for the Perp V2 trading testnet trading competition. So in the Perpfect Game, you get tickets when you achieve certain goals. At the end of the competition, you are entitled to share the prize pool proportionately based on how many tickets you get versus the tickets across all of the competition participants. So there are three main ways to earn more tickets. The first one is just simply being lucky, because if you are in the top three team, you are a member of the top three teams, then you could earn more tickets. And the second one is if you are a good trader among your peers, like you are top 5 traders in your team, you could get more tickets. And the last one is being a good recruiter, because if you could attract more team members, then your team it's more likely for your team to be ranked higher, right? And also, the more people join the trading competition, the high percentage of the prize pool will be unlocked. So let's go through each one of them with our announcement document. So if you go to our Medium page, you could see the 4 rows like over here, right? And if you don't want to, you just want to try our platform, you could just do the first 2 tasks. So once you achieve those 2 tasks, like make at least 1 trade and be a maker and collect 500 USDC worth of transaction fees, you could get 3 tickets in total. So that's the basic part. And if you are lucky that you are the participant of the first 3 teams, you could get extra ticket. For instance, if you have achieved those 2 goals and then you are part of member of the first team, then you essentially double the price you could get, because those 2 tests, those 2 goals could get you 3 tickets, but being a participant of the first team could get you extra 3 tickets. So if you're lucky enough, then it's easy for you to get extra tickets. So, and also being a good trader among your peers. If we scroll down a little bit, you could see that if you're top 5 traders among your team, you could get certain amounts of tickets. So if you're top 5 traders from the top 3 team, you could get 14 tickets per person. And as for the top 5 traders from the number 4 to number 10 team, you could get 6 tickets per person. So if you're good traders, your team is losing, you could still trading really hard and you could still earn certain amounts of tickets. And the last part is being a good recruiter. This part is also connected to the team ranking, because the bigger of the bigger number of the participants in your team, the higher chance there is for your team to win, right? And additionally, the entire prize pool is over 3 million US dollar, like 200,000 perp. But the entire prize pool will not be unlocked at once. So the more participants, the more percentage will be unlocked, and the base price will be 750,000 US dollar worth of perp. As you can see, as more participants join the competition, most percentage of the perp will be unlocked. So once there are more than 5,000 participants, entire prize pool will be unlocked. So that is why the more people you recruit to join again, the higher price there will be. So how much is your potential price? The potential price is your number of tickets divided by the number of tickets in existence and multiplied by the price pool. So if you check the leaderboard, like if you go to leaderboard.per.exchange and put your address into a search bar, you can see which team you are on and the number of ticket you have earned and the potential reward, the potential price. So we just calculate it for you. But please keep in mind that those numbers are just temporary, and because those two numbers will not set in stone until the conclusion of the game. So just keep trading, make sure you're leading, and those numbers will not concluded, will not finalize until the competition ends. So I think at this moment, people are just wondering, well, why is this role so complicated? Why not just, people just compete with each other based on realized P&L? The answer is there are three reasons why we design this way. The first one is we want to reduce the number of cheaters. So if you have joined our previous trading competition, you know that there were tons of cheaters trying to gain the role. And this time we want to reduce the number of cheaters, which is why we use a predetermined list of the participants. So in this competition, there are 10 different teams. And we separate. So how we do this is on certain dates, we did a snapshot of the token holders of those 10 tokens. And we put each address into a different team based on the value of token in wallet. For instance, in this address, there might be this address might own Visor, VISR, and Perp, but in his wallet, the US dollar value of Visor is greater than Perp, so that's why this address belongs to Team Visor. So that's why how we separate each address to a certain team, and the reason why we do this is we believe on Ethereum, people tend not to use multiple wallet address because it's harder to maintain. So if we do it this way, we could reduce the number of cheaters or duplicated user with duplicated addresses. The second part is we want to attract more users from the community, because in the previous trading competition, just mainly our user or our community member that participate in the competition, right? And we want to broaden the participant number of participant user and also from other community. So that's why we have this kind of team competition thing going on in our competition. And the last thing is we want to incentivize user to try out different things, because with per V2, people could actually do market making as long as trading on the protocol. That's why we want to incentivize people to try out different things. And the reason why we do it is we use this kind of tickets per goals infrastructure for the game. So that's the rationale behind this complicated design, and hope it makes sense till this point why we design this way and what's the role about it. So let's dive into the live demo part. So as someone who want to join the game, the first thing you need to do is you need to check which team you belong. So as I previously mentioned, you need to go to leaderboard.per.exchange and put your address over here and search your address. So if you find out your address belong to a certain team, that means that if your team are in the top 3, you could get extra tickets like we show over here. And as an alternative way to search for your team, you go to the full trader list. You could also find the list on the main page of the leaderboard, like the full trader list. So on the full trader list, you just click Control F and find your address. And sometimes you just take some time to load because there are literally 200,000 traders addresses in this list. So it might take some time for you to search your address. All right, and once you know that which team you're on, the next thing you need to do is you need to get the test token for the trading competition. So you could claim your test token by clicking the link over here, or you could just go to faucet rigby.rbfaucet.com. So you could just get the testnet token by putting your address over here and request for the test token. And sometimes during heavy traffic, sometimes you could see this kind of error message. So just request later, then you should be good to go. And once you get your tested token, then you are good to go. You could start trading on our testnet for Perp V2. You just go to testnet.perp.exchange and then connect your wallet. Right now supports both MetaMask and Water Connect. And one thing we'll point out is because the requirement to get your price is to trade per B2 mainnet in the future. That's why even for testnet during the competition, we will block certain jurisdictions IP. So if you are using VPN and connect to US, you need to close it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to deposit your USDC, your testnet token to the protocol. And I have done it before, so I'm not gonna do it, but you just type the amount you want to deposit, then approve, then deposit. So 2 transactions over there. And then once you are done, then you could just go to the market you want to trade. Right now for testnet competition, there are BTC and ETH markets. Similar to other trading platforms, you could open long or short position over here. Let's see, for instance, let me just open 0.5 ETH short. Then just click confidence short and again sign the transaction with your MetaMask. Yeah, right now the transaction is on Arbitrum testnet, so it is relatively fast. And that should be once you have made a transaction, you could get tickets from at the end of the competition. So that is the minimum thing. If you are really lazy and don't want to spend too much time on it, that's the least thing you could do to get some price. And you want to get more, you could go to the maker tab. So the maker here is liquidity provider for Perpetual Protocol V2. And if you have provided liquidity to Uniswap V3 before, you should be familiar with concept. So you just type how many asset you want to provide to a market over here. So the market here right now is BTC ETH, just like we show up here, right? So that means that I want to provide 0.1 BTC along with 7,000 USDC to the BTC markets Perpetual Protocol. And similar to Uniswap V3, you could set the price range where you want to provide liquidity to. For instance, you could set the price range to like this one. So the shorter the price range you set, the higher transaction fee you could collect. But the impermanent loss will be higher. So but you could try it out during the competition to feel it yourself. So you could just click add liquidity. All right, I think the transaction is successful, but it didn't show over here. And you could click on the liquidity you provided in the table below, and you could click collect fees, which will show how many fees you can collect from your liquidity provision. And because there's one goal that's require you to get at least 500 USDC from transaction fee. So you could check how many transactions you have received by going to the your liquidity provision tab over there, your liquidity provision table over there, and you click on it and click clear fee to see how much fee you have collected. Yeah, so that's how you could trade and market make on per V2, how revamp user interface. And one last thing, if you want to check your potential reward and number of ticket, you just go to your trader page on leaderboard to see it. And if you have any question for V2, you could check the V2 doc. It is V2 docs.per.5. And if you have any feedback, please go to the feedback channel on our Discord to leave it. So it may easier for us to collect all of them. So I think that's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. If you have any question, feel free to leave in the comment section below or join our Discord and let us know how you think about our revamped user interface. And thank you, and I'll see you in next time. Bye. Take care.